In 2019, at a national security summit organized by the Nigeria Police, the Sultan of Sokoto, Saad Abubakar III, asked a telling question: who was arming the so-called armed headsmen and the youth who were committing mass murder, burning down communities, and creating bloody conflicts across Nigerian communities? It was at the height of killings in Benue and Plateau states, and the Sultan answered his own question in what he called the home truth. It was the elite. It was an uncomfortable truth.
We must be honest enough to tell ourselves the home truth. If we don't tell ourselves the truth, we will live here, go back to our places, and live in delusion, thinking that we have had a summit here. It was a very good summit, well attended by everybody that is in the hierarchy of the leadership of this country, but I have not seen the major stakeholders who are the cause of these problems. Those downtrodden masses whom we are supposed to have sort of found a way of inviting them, because when we are not the problem here, we don't break laws. The extent that we pick up guns, cutlasses, and whatever to go. We send those innocent people to go and commit those atrocities. How can we stop and check that? It's very important for us whenever we meet, we have the fear of God in whatever we do. We must tell ourselves the home truth. We ask ourselves, ask our conscience, are we really doing the right thing?
Last Thursday, at the second quarter meeting of the Nigeria Interreligious Council in Abuja, the Sultan raised another uncomfortable observation. He noted that while politicians traversed the length and breadth of Nigeria, canvassing for votes and campaigning on their manifestos, the country seemed to be at peace. Elections are over, and the nation is back on the orgy of mass murders. The Sultan was clear on his position on this development. They are not religious conflicts. Those cutting down Nigerians in their communities are not religious zealots. The Sultan now charges the incoming government to see the situation for what it is: existential insecurity, which must be addressed without equivocation.
Insecurity in the country is very, very alarming. Throughout the campaigns and the elections, we heard nothing about bandits, killings, and whatever. Now, all of a sudden, after elections, we've had killings of scores of people in Plateau, in Niger, in Kaduna, and other places. Why this resurgence? Definitely, this resurgence in insecurity has nothing to do with religion. So, as religious leaders, what do we do? What do we say? I believe we must discuss this thing when we come to the club session and bring up solutions to these problems. And definitely, since a new government is coming in, we'll see how we can engage that government to hit the ground running in bringing solutions to this problem. But we cannot continue that way.
For some at the council meeting, the media is the devil. At the event whose theme was Media Effective Leadership for Nation Building, the Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Interreligious Council, Professor Cornelius Omonohua, held the media liable for making itself available as channels of information that holds Nigeria down or that seeks to tear it apart or glorify disunity. And the co-chairman of the council and president of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Archbishop Daniel Oko, gave the media some guide on how their profession can do Nigeria some good.
Unfortunately, the media is used to transmit these tragic messages to the public. Some journalists and social media bloggers heat up the polity with different fake, disturbing, and alarming news. Reactions and counter-reactions on state and national issues are subjectively reported in the form of media crossfire.
This is the attitude that will propel our media practitioners to eschew selfishness and work only for the good and development of their nation. The media have the power and the platform to cause crisis. They also have enough information at their disposal to set the various religious and ethnic nationalities on a collusion course. But it is only when they see their job as a calling to nation building that they will know where to draw the lines and refrain from actions inimical to the peace and stability of this nation.
For Eugenia Abu, ace broadcaster and media trainer, the media are not quite underlings, struggling to punch within their weight. The fault is with the social media, where flotsams and jetsams have swarmed platforms, giving out blasphemy, alternative fact, and manufactured reality. She wants the real media professionals and academics to enter the trench and redeem the ugly situation.
Shaping public awareness, shaping attitudes and public opinion is a powerful position for any arm of society to be. The media is therefore that arm of society that influences our hearts and our minds, either negatively or positively. That is indeed a truly powerful position to be today, for media has become a rather amorphous word. In the past, media was clearly sender, receiver, message. And you transmit to thousands of people. Today, you can transmit through social media to millions of people. And you can interact with them. But today, everybody has the opportunity to talk back, to make a comment. And that opportunity is where the media should provide media literacy, so people don't talk anyhow. That is where our academics must learn to explain to people that you cannot take everything you see on social media as gospel truth. You have to learn to filter. You have to determine which one is the best one and take the one that you think is better for you than to be following everybody.
If politicians win elections by hate speech and by dividing the people and becoming national leaders, if terrormongers wear cloaks of faith to turn the citizens into fodder for terror, and if the elite create violent chiefdoms of hungry and disgruntled youth who now fall on one another, and the media reports so, who is enhancing or destroying national leadership for development? The group managing director of Dia Communications PLC, Tony Akiotu, allayed any fears of irresponsibility of the media in its professional job.
We reaffirm our commitment in the broadcast ecosystem to assist in the entrenchment of justice, equity, and the promotion of democratic values in our society and beyond through responsible broadcasting, especially at a time like this. Let me also reiterate that as a Pan-African organization with a vision to lift the black race through our area of competence, our love to deliver a Nigeria which is the envy of the global community is more than ever before remains our target.
The Nigeria Interreligious Council is expected to hold 2 other dialogues in the course of 2023.